Right, we're on. PGA Tour players, they hit the ball well, eh? Better than you and I? Absolutely. So they're on that tour for a reason. Now, I've noticed that with most tour players, they take the club back with the club head outside the handle. Yeah, the club head outside the hands on the way back. I'm going to exaggerate this. So club head out on the way back. But then when they come back down into impact, when the club gets to first parallel, the club head is outside the hands. When they get back to parallel here, the club head is behind the hands. That's the difference. That's the difference between your average golfer and the PGA Tour players, the elite players in the world. When this drill is done correctly, because you've taken the club up and out, and you get to the top, what's actually going to happen, which all tour players do, is they shallow the shaft on the way down. So that shallowing of the shaft as the body opens up to then deliver from inside here to outside is naturally going to happen when you adhere to these canes. It has to. Right, we're on. Engage. Sounds a little bit crazy. Those flowers are lovely, aren't they? It happens. What does it involve? Let's make it tight and tough. Look at that. Brutal. Technical? I don't think so. Look at the quality. Designed the packaging myself. Pretty clean, no? Two small things. Everybody on tour does it, but it's not that hard. I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to be quite intense though. World class leather glove day, of course. So the world's elite golfers, they deliver it differently than you and I. Now if I have my ball here in line with my target, I'm going to move the camera before I hit the shot. What they do, if I put a cane on my target line, there, and then another cane behind that, there, nice and straight. I now have myself a nice setup here. PGA Tour players, when they take the club back, so my stance is open, so it's not going to be in line with this. When they take the club back, their club head goes the opposite side of the red line and the opposite side of the white line. So the club head gets taken back out here, just a fraction, just to start that takeaway to there. And then they get up to first parallel. When they get to first parallel here, the club head is outside the hands. So they take it away out there. So the takeaway is on this side, the downswing is on this side. So they take it out one way, round the red cane and back down this side. Now they don't necessarily go round the red cane, I'm going to be honest with you. They just take it, they start it so they get into a position where the club head is outside the hands at parallel. And it'll feel as though they go outside the cane, so it feels like this action. And that's exactly how it feels, but it's not as extreme as that. It's here to here. Let's put the camera back up the line. This view is actually called down the line. So they take the club, the initial start, the initial takeaway is there, outside. Now I'm assuming camera's got that, but that club head is outside that line. So it's crossed the white line, outside the red cane to there. And then of course, I mean that's extreme. And then when they come up to here to first parallel, it's just, the club head's just outside the hands. It's not perfectly in line with, it's not inside, it's just outside the hands. And it's a small margin. But for you and I to get the feel for this, we can quite simply go out in that direction to the top of our swing and then feel as though everything comes from the inside, this side of the red cane, this side of the white line. We're using this space going into impact, and we're using this space on the takeaway. So using takeaway into impact. So takeaway into impact. So there's a small loop. You'll certainly feel the loop. If you don't do it just now, if you come across this way, you'll feel the loop dramatically. So out there to come in there. And of course the ball flight is going to be a draw because the path is now in to out with the face closing through impact. Let me do this again. So that was a soft one there. So going out there, there. So using this section, then using this section. That's all I'm really thinking about there. My body's taking it there though. I'm not just lifting my hands and doing this. I have to turn my body to turn my body. Turn, turn. Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, same in the ball, outside, inside. Same again, little soft draw. Fantastic. Now, do you remember Raymond Floyd? What a golfer Ray Floyd was. Wow. So Ray Floyd's practice swing, his little waggle before he hit the shot, his waggle there, he would stand quite upright. He was in here, but he had a sort of waggle thing going on. His waggle was a mini golf swing. So he'd be here and he'd be taken out in there. there. So look, he's gone over the white line, outside red line. He's come back inside white line, inside red line and stayed there, and then gone back over it again. So he's gone out, in, out. So his little waggle was that. I'm trying to be Ray Floyd here. I'll be Steve Johnston doing it. So there to there. Now I move my body there. As I take the club back, I've got hip turn. As I come through, my left hip gets out the way, my left knee gets out of the way, and this is all part of the rehearsal. So the body is part of the rehearsal. As I say, it's not just the hands and arms. The body being part of the rehearsal is so important because the golf swing's pivot driven. We know that. We know that, so just to do it with your hands and arms is completely irrelevant to what's going to actually happen. The dress rehearsal has to be a full dress rehearsal. There. 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 God, that feels good. That feels really good. EUREKA Golf Swing just uses all this side, so EUREKA Golf Swing's all in there and in there, so there's a room from here to come slightly over the top, but you're still staying this side of the white cane, this side of the red cane, so EUREKA is in and in, it's staying in there all the way, which is a little bit easier to achieve and less, has slightly less moving parts. But I really like this. I could incorporate this into EUREKA. There, we've done this before. A few guys have said that. They take it out and then come back along tracing the top cane, so they're out there and tracing that top cane. I mean, they're all really, really good strikes. But it's so important to feel how the body actually activates that. Without the body activating it, it's a pointless exercise. Without the canes in the ground, it's a pointless exercise. You have to have these visuals in place to have something to adhere to. Then you go on the golf course and you have to now visualise that's there. So you line yourself up with your target line. My target here is just on that bunker. There, I'm set. The club face in line with that. So if I was on the course, I'd be visualising where's the base of my playing line. There, great. So as long as I go over it and come under it, I'll be fine. So over it, under it. That was really good again. Could do this all day. Now the red cane, I should have mentioned, the red cane is out of reach for me. So I'm not going over it and round it. I can't reach the cane. The cane's a long way away from there, so it's not going to hamper my golf swing at all. So when you set it up, when you set this up, you'll be able to see here clearly that red cane is too far away. I'm not going to get close to it. It's one cane length away, but it's the visual. And the fact it's quite far away is really good because it's just in the corner of my eye and no more. So I'm aware of where it is. If it was really close, then on the golf course, I'm going to feel as though I have no training aid, which I won't. But having that little bit further away, it's just in the view. I can just see the bottom half of it in view. The white cane, obviously, I'm going on top of, and there. There. But the actual cane standing up is good because it's something to go round. It's a visual of something to go round, rather than something just flat on the ground. It makes it a little bit more three-dimensional. Out there, in there. So I'm using the outside of the white cane, going towards the red cane, and then inside white and red cane. Not my best. Too much chatting going on there. Where are we going? Here we go. Set myself. There. There. It's really good. Really love the feel of that kind of. So the idea is the shaft is going to shallow like so on the way down, but you don't have to think about it because all you've done is change the direction. It's magic. Guys, make sure you're on the VIP list for Loft and Lie. I do not want any of my YouTube subscribers to miss out on this. It launches on November the 17th, and if you're on the VIP waitlist, then you'll have early advance before the general public, so you won't miss out. Also check out my website, eurekagolfswing.com, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.